Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mega Reed here, and welcome back to another toy review, again by yours truly. So, as I promised yesterday in my holiday 2019 sort of toy, sort of overview, I promised that I was going to do a review of all the new Beyblades I got for the holidays. But but literally as soon as I was done publishing the video, I kind of thought it over, and I realized instead of doing each Beyblade individually, how about we just take all the holiday Beyblades and combine them into one big mega review that, which is, it's going to be a little longer than usual considering how many there are. So I'm going to start off with just the basic ones that we've seen before, and then we'll move on to, then we'll move on to the actual new stuff. So let me quickly let's start off with Winning Valkyrie from the Championship Clash set. So this is Winning Valkyrie. So we've seen this guy multiple times before. Winning Valkyrie. Nothing really exciting here. I like the colors with it. Primarily being gold and red and black. Looks very beautiful on this Beyblade. Definitely reminds me of the Takara Tomy Random Booster exclusive version that has similar colors to this, which may have been the inspiration for this color scheme. I don't know. But either way, this definitely reminds me of this one also reminds me of the Steelers, which is my home team for sports-wise, because yes, I am a sports fan. And well, not a big sports fan, but I am a sports fan. Moving on. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of, what's the... well, I can't put my finger on it. This reminds me of Bumblebee. That's what it was. Bumblebee from Transformers a little bit because of the black and yellow color scheme. Now, I'm going to bring out my other versions to compare. In this case, I'm going to bring out my Takara Tomy one, my other two Hasbros, and I think that's about it for Winning Valkyrie colors, right? Yeah, okay. So, starting off with, here it is next to Takara Tomy's Winning Valkyrie. So you can see the difference there between the colors. You can see with the discs as well as the driver. So you can see the difference there. This one doesn't have metal because it's turbo, and this one has metal because it's Josie. So they're both basically the same series, just different alterations for the different audiences that are being targeted here with these ones, which is kind of obvious by now if you've been keeping up with the Beyblade reviews since I started doing these. Next up, we have this is the Winning Valkyrie that comes in the, it comes in the Slingshot Stadium set. I forget what it's called right now, with the Achilles. So really cool. Recolor there. Put that back there. And lastly, we'll bring up the singles starter Winning Valkyrie, so you can see the difference there. Oh yeah, I forgot to show off the driver on that one, so let me quickly grab the other one. Okay, so there we have the two there. So there are the differences out of the way. So that is the Winning Valkyrie color. And moving on to Air Knight. So Air Knight's basically, as I said in my overview, it is basically it's basically just a recolor of Air Knight. Again, reminds me of Blue Beetle or Batman for some reason. Just gives me that vibe. And you know what else it kind of reminds me of? Now, for those out there who are Monster Hunter fans and have watched my videos on those, which I'm going to be getting back into those, by the way. Basically, this reminds me a lot, for some reason, of the Gore Magala, which is this purple dragon monster, which has this sort of like black and purple. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, the Gore Magala. So, pretty cool color scheme to it. So I like what they did with the expand frame, how they made it like this blue, and of course the turtle looks nice in the blue. So let me go grab the original color version of Air Knight. So as you can see, huge color differences there between both bays. The only thing that stays the same is the obvious shape and the metal disc. Hey, what's going on, Zach? Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. So, moving on to next couple of Beyblades here. Let me get my other recolor. There we go. Crash Ragnarok. So this is my Crash Ragnarok recolor. As I said in my overview, this one definitely reminds me of it kind of reminds me of whatchamacallit, again, reminds me of like the Steelers in terms of its color scheme. I like the black and the gold on this. Again, I really love the sparkly plastic, as I said in my overview. The sparkly plastic always makes these bays look good. I haven't used this bay that much. I only used it a few times just because I don't want to ruin that beautiful gold paint on this because it looks really good. I want to keep this thing in tip-top shape. So, really cool color scheme to it. And also, I really like the fact that, again, they fixed the eye paint issue, which, let me bring out the original Crash Ragnarok so you can see. As you can see, the paint was way, way off, because Hasbro, I think that was an error, as they thought that this was supposed to be the eye, the whole eye of the demon creature, but they actually got it, but they fixed it on this one to actually make it look like it's supposed to. So, good thing Hasbro fixed that. Something that I do have to, give Hasbro some flack for is that they made the slopes on this one super weak. As you can see, they slide on Crash Ragnarok very, very easily. However, the circular shape does help in keeping it from bursting often. So, because on this one, as you can see, they are way, way tighter slopes. On this one, they're way, way looser. But the circular shape does help with keeping it from bursting as often as, say, Blaze Ragnarok, which I believe I've reviewed in the past, because this Beyblade just absolutely sucks. I don't even use it anymore. I've heard online that the Takara version's better, but we'll have to see and find out once I get my hands on it. So, which I haven't yet, because money's been tight. But anyway, enough about financial issues. Let's move on to Dead Phoenix here. This is the, as I said in my overview, this is the, I like the nickname, the Fanta Orange Dead Phoenix, which you can clearly tell why I call it Fanta Orange. So, for some reason, the blue and the orange and the silver just look really good together. They oddly mesh very well. I also like the red on this too, and the blue on the bottom of the burst of the underneath the dead armor. As you can see, I love the blue. The blue just looks so good. So, I'm putting this bay back together here, which if I can, let's see, how do I do this? Okay, there you go. I have to loosen it and then tighten it. There we go. So let me bring in the original Dead Phoenix, which is down over here. I have to reach over the camera. And there we go. So there are the two Phoenixes together. Oh, and also just because I'm going to bring in my Takara Dead Phoenix as well. So as you can see, the differences between those two. And differences between the pieces. Oh yeah, I should probably show off the driver and other parts of the original. So you can see the differences between them. So that is the color of Dead Phoenix. Really love this Beyblade. So really, really cool. You're going to upload a video today, Zach. I'll definitely go check it out, man. So I'll drop a like for you. So let's see. Next Beyblade. Anyone else that's sort of repetitive? I think I'm missing someone. Am I? No. Okay, so that's all the recolors out of the way. So, let's get into the new guys, the all new guys that come in the set, which there isn't very... Oh, wait. I almost forgot. Slipped my mind. One last recolor. And this personally is my favorite out of all the recolors in the set, Championship Clash set. The recolor of Cho Z Achilles. I mean, wow. This recolor is just striking. Really love the dark maroon and brown and the green. It just looks so good. When I saw this in early pictures when this set was leaked, I hated this color scheme, but now it's really come to grow on me as for some reason green, brown, maroon, and blue oddly fit Achilles. It kind of reminds me of like an evil sort of version or something, which, it's kind of fitting. So, although something I do have to give Hasbro flack for is why is the driver like powder green, sand green? Why did they choose that for the color? But okay, I guess it kind of works. It fits with the green on the top part, so I guess it kind of fits. Also, that's off camera. So, also I like the blue shiny plastic underneath too. Really nicely accents the dark sort of solid blue on the swords. So let me bring in my original Z Achilles with the defect on it. So you guys can see the differences there. So as you can see, this one actually does have both bumpers on it, on the top and bottom. This one doesn't. That's a production defect. And then we have the drivers there, so you can see red and green. So, and the solid gold. So, and also let me compare it to the Takara Tomy chose the Achilles, so you can see the difference there. Okay, flip them over. There we go. So pretty cool looking recolor. Would love to see Takara Tomy do something like this in the future, recolor similar to this, because I would love to see what Takara Tomy can do with this color scheme if they decide to go this route and basically just, you know, just like one-up Hasbro or something like this. But, you know, overall, for the recolors you get in the Championship Clash set, I have to say, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. So, they're not great. But some of them are just, you know, I mean, I like the gold ones, don't get me wrong. And the Dead Phoenix, although is unsightly, to some, I actually enjoy the color scheme. I like it. So, let's move on to the new guys. So the new guys we get in, new guys that we got in the set is Geist Fafnir, which is... so if you don't know what Geist Fafnir is a dragon, as you can no doubt tell. The main gimmick with this that really sets it apart from its previous evolution, Drain Fafnir, which I'm going to show up for comparison in a second, he has these little burst jaw gimmick. So basically, the dragon heads here, as you can see, the jaws are open, but when it gets hit on the spikes here, they will push down on the dragon head, closing the mouth, but to absorb the impact of the hit. But then, as soon as they break away from the collision, they open up again. So, pretty cool gimmick. Now, the thing that really kills this Beyblade for me and for Hasbro users is the fact that there's no rubber on this Beyblade. The Japanese version has rubber on these parts, which really helps to enhance the absorption capabilities of this Beyblade. However, it does try to make up for it by having these little, like, rubber grooves, or sort of like plastic grooves that sort of are supposed to try and help to absorb the opponent's spin, which it does work, but it can only absorb so much before eventually it just bursts due to the spin force and just due to the amount of contact that's being made. But it's still a really cool Beyblade. Oh, and something else I should have mentioned about all these Beyblades in this set, besides chose the Achilles, and, Dead Phoenix can have it too, yeah. So, they basically, all of them have these little diamond spots, which if you don't remember from previous reviews what that's for, it's for a level chip, which I don't have because those are extremely expensive, and plus Hasbro did not make them here in the US. If you don't know what a level chip is, I'm going to quickly go over what a level chip is if you don't remember from previous reviews. It's a plastic ring that basically fits underneath a Beyblade's layer that's supposed to improve its burst resistance and it's supposed to improve its balance. So basically how it would work is that you would take apart the Beyblade like that, and then you would take the plastic ring, it would snap underneath this part right here, then there's a little diamond peg that would fit in this little diamond slot, and it would fit under there. And then you would put the Beyblade back together from there. Oh yeah, and also new with this Beyblade is you get the 8- disc, which we could take a look at right here. Here is 8-. So 8- is an improvement over 8. It actually has a lot better weight to it. And it overall just looks a lot bulkier than the original 8-disc, which came on its prior evolution, Drain Fafnir. So, pretty cool. Oh, and also if you wanted to, you could put on the proof frame, which I actually have on Heaven Pegasus off screen here, which the camera thankfully is not focusing on it right now. Actually I can move the camera. Yeah, see, right over there. Heaven Pegasus right there. It has the proof frame, so you could snap it on there and make your complete, sort of version of Drain Fafnir. Or Geist Fafnir, I should say, not Drain. That's the prior evolution. Oh, and lastly, we have, this is Absorb. In this case, Absorb Slingshock. So, Slingshock, not Slingshuck. I'm an idiot, sorry. It's a little early for me right now, so my brain's not fully in it right now. But videos, doing it anyway because I have to. Because otherwise I'm not going to do it later, most likely. Anyway, so basically with this driver, the whole gimmick is that it has this little plate here, which as you can see freely spins, and it has what looks like little teeth on it. Now what this does is that when it gets hit in battle, the spring, because it's spring loaded, it will push down, locking the teeth together, meshing them together, basically revealing this little spiky tip right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little tip there that will basically make Geist Fafnir gain extra acceleration, thus slamming into the opponent, dealing more damage that way. Oh, and also it helps with absorbing the impact of the Beyblade's attacks, because if it gets attacked head-on, it'll just absorb the impact along with the spring-loaded jaws on the dragon heads on the layer. So, this Beyblade's all about absorption. That's basically that. Oh, and also it has a slingshot mode. So basically what you do is you pull it up, and you lock it into slingshot. So now it's permanently in this mode where now the tip has been retracted into this little cone hole kind of thing. And now it accelerates around the stadium really, really fast. So that's what that does. And then to pop it back in, you just take these little slots right here, these little slots, line them up with the arrows on the bottom there. The camera's not focusing. You have the little thing right there, and then you just go, and it locks back down. I also do the same thing for locking it up, which is lining the slots up with the arrows, and then pulling it up, and then slotting it back down. So that's how you do the slingshot. And as I promised just a little while ago, I will now, not a little while ago, a few minutes ago, I'm going to bring in Drain Fafnir for comparison, so you can see just how much the base have changed. So as you can see, the Beyblade here has, this one has nothing, which is very similar to Absorb, because Absorb basically just one-upped that. And it has the 8-disc as well on it, which is his 8-dash, which is the upgraded version. So, do I have Battlefront 1? Yes, I do. I actually have an entire playlist on my channel on it. So, definitely go check it out. I might upload a Battlefront 1 video today. So, if you want to join in on that, make sure to have notifications on, Zach, so that way you know when I'm going to upload it. Because trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Because you don't want to miss the awesomeness, the rage, the sweat and tears, the blood, the blood, sweat, and tears that I'm going to be... that's going to be produced from my gameplay when I do that later. So moving on to the next new bays we got these two here. We have this is left Apollos and right Eclipse, or right Artemis, not right Eclipse. I'm dumb. Okay, that's the combined form, which I'm going to show you guys what that is in a moment. So I actually kind of spoiled that. Whoopsies. Anyway, so basically these two Beyblades are an upgraded version of two Beyblades released in the God Layer system called Duo Apollos and Duo Artemis, also known as the Double God Bays. So the history behind them, which I explained, I believe, in my Duo Eclipse video, which I believe I did a review on Duo Eclipse, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Basically, those two had the capability of combining into one Beyblade. These have the exact same gimmick, except these guys don't have metal like their Japanese counterparts, which are off screen right now. So, which I'll show you guys in a minute. So starting off, we'll start off with Left Apollos. So as you can see, Left Apollos is based off of Apollo, which is the god of the sun. So as you can see, there is his face there with his eye poking through. You can see he has a very solar shape there, and he has this little sun insignia in the middle with these cool little looks like glyphs or something on the center there. Looks pretty cool. And the pieces it comes with is 10, and it also comes with Needle Slingshot as well, or Needle S, as they call it for short. And, yeah, so that is that. And for comparison to the original Apollos, which I actually have them off-screen combined into Duo Eclipse, so I'm actually going to take them apart real quick. So hang on one sec. I'm going to have to take them apart off-screen. So just pop them apart. Okay, snap them back together. Okay, thankfully I'm really quick at doing this since I pretty much got down how to combine them. Not that it's hard or anything, it's just, I just really gotta get it down just in case I need to do it quickly for reviews like this where I forgot I had them in there. other form. Okay, I put the piece in wrong. Okay, hang on. Let me put that in the right way. So just line that up. Bam. Okay, and perfect. All right, so let me get the original Apollo there. So that is Duo Apollos right there, the original. As you can see, there's been a lot of heavy use on this Beyblade, so I do apologize for the scratched up stickers there. But as you can see, that is it. Those are the big differences there. So as you can see, the shape has changed a lot from this sort of like this more sun shape to this more rounded shape. And also, most importantly, it also changed rotation from right spin to left spin. So it spins that way instead of this way. So yeah, that's how they would kind of clash in battle. They would kind of spin like that, meshing like gears. So that is left Apollos. So pretty cool. Next up is right Artemis. So, oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention, the English version of this is called Duo Astro, which I hate that name. I don't like it. So anyway, next up is Right Artemis, which this one retains the same name as its Japanese counterpart. So Right Artemis is based off of Artemis, which is the Greek goddess of the hunt and of the moon. So, pretty cool. So, as you can see, there's her face right there underneath this little moon insignia over the top of her head, which looks really good there. I really like the way that they printed that. That looks really good. So you can see her face there with her nose and her kind of snarling mouth there. So, pretty cool. And as you can see in the middle, and this time instead of having like a little, it looks like a sort of like staff. Now it has this little like spiky sword staff thing going on with this different sort of glyph insignia kind of thing on the center. And yeah, and it also comes with 6 and Jaggy Slingshot as its parts. So pretty neat. Also, I like the crimson sort of red on this too. Really complements the purple and the yellow and the silver of the paint. So now to go over the combining gimmick. So the combining gimmick is vastly different from its Beyblade Burst God counterpart. But before we do that, actually, let me compare this to the original Duo Artemis. So as you can see, big changes there. Huge changes, as you can see. So again, the stickers are really butchered there. Sorry for that. But yeah, so you can see huge difference. And thankfully, it actually retains its original spin direction, which is right spin. So pretty cool. So in the original version of Duo Eclipse, which came with these parts here, 7 Star and Unite, this really awesome Unite, this special silver variant. What we originally had to do is you had this God chip that came in the set, this sort of combined God chip kind of thing, because of the God layer system. You would take the God chips out of each of the two, pop it out using a tool like this, or you could also use the little ridge on the side of a driver. You would take out that piece and you would pop it in half, and then you would combine the two halves to make the Beyblade. This one, it does that. It does something very similar, but it does it in a much more covert and much cooler way to me, in my opinion. Anyway, so. Let me just put these Beyblades back in here. Okay, there we go. Just put away the originals. So basically what you do... dropped them. So basically what you have to do for each of the two Beyblades is you take them apart like so they have the layers. And then what you do is you flip it over to the QR code side, so you can scan for the game. So what you do is you take a piece like this, for example, this little piece, which came in the Musuo Stadium. You take this, you take it, you clip it underneath, and then you turn it like this until it clicks. Now the center part of the Beyblade will pop out like so. And then it will pop in half like that. And each of the two Beyblades do the same thing, except the only difference here is that it takes the pieces and you take that and you twist it the other way to pop out the center part and snap them in half. Now, something that I like that Hasbro did is that you can combine both halves like the original Duo Eclipse, which is like this, taking it and then just snapping it together like that. Or you can take the other two pieces like this and snap them together as well, so that way you don't have junk laying around. And then something else you can do once you've done this is you can either place in the right segment here. So what you would have is there is right eclipse, or you can also have it rotate to the left using the left portion of Apollos to make it possible for this Beyblade to function. Which in the cartoon / anime, they have it in its right spin mode, but you can always put it in left spin if you want to do it that way too. So, and then you can snap it together using this piece again. You place it in, and then you slide it till it clicks, and then bam. There you have right eclipse. Oh, and also the other half can do the same thing where you can have it right or left. In this case, since the remainder is left, I'll put it left. So, bam. And then you have your left eclipse, left and right eclipse. Also known as Duo Aether in the Hasbro, in the English version, they call it Duo Aether. Oh, and then from there you can take either the 10 Needle Slingshot or the 6 Jaggy Slingshot, and then you can apply it to there. Or you can also put on your own pieces from other Beyblades you may have purchased prior. So there you go. That is your Duo, your right eclipse in this case, not Duo Eclipse, right eclipse. So pretty cool. So there are those guys. Oh, and also can do the same thing, like I said, with the other one as well. So there's your sort of plain looking eclipse. So pretty cool. So that is those two. Now let's move on to their Takara Tomy versions. So the Takara Tomy version, which I have over here, they come in the motorized Mosuo Stadium set, and it comes in a set of 2. So let's start off with right Artemis. Now, as you can see, right Artemis for Takara Tomy immediately looks so much better than its Japanese counterpart. So you can see the plastic is a lot more sparkly. The red looks a lot more, it's still a maroon color, although the light does make it look a little brighter. It is still the same maroon color, but it just seems a bit more like just a slightly brighter maroon color to me. Not to mention there's a lot more sticker applications, although some of them are coming off because I actually used them in battle, and the stickers are kind of chipping a little bit. But other than that, it's still a really nice looking Beyblade in here. So, and this one has the teeth as well, and the motorized component to it. This is Mugen R driver. So basically it spins to the right on the motorized magnetic part of the stadium. And as you can see, also just like Hasbro's, it has the removable segment as well, because these two can combine as well. And also this one has metal, so that is solid metal there. Now to bring in left Apollos, you can see him. Left Apollos, again, as you can see, huge change from its original counterpart. Actually looks like this, yeah. As you can see, the stickers are kind of chipping on it already because I have used this, obviously, so... and there's a lot more sticker details on this. Also, heavy metal on it too. So, really cool. And you can flip it over, and then you can have the piece there. So, just like the Hasbro counterparts, you can take these guys apart using the piece included in the set. So, I'm going to take them apart here, and then you can remove the inner part like so. They pop out, and then they split in half. Like so. And each Beyblade does the same thing, just like Hasbro's. Just twist it, take the little key, twist it until it pops out, and then you split the Beyblade in half. Boink. And then you could take both halves and combine them together into their right and left eclipse forms. In this case, I'll put it in right form just because that's how it appears in the anime. But the only issue, though, with the Takara Tomys is that these two halves do not combine. They do not combine, which really sucks. I was really hoping that they were going to fix this issue, but no, these two do not combine. They just will not. And I haven't tried forcing them either. They don't combine. They just don't. So basically, I have to put the other pieces to the side, which really sucks. But there you go. So there you have right Eclipse Takara Tomy version. And as you can see, it just looks so much better than Hasbro's. There's so much more going on. There's so many more details that haven't been applied to their English counterparts. It just looks so much better. Plus, the metal really improves this Beyblade's battle performance, especially if you use it in the stadium. It's really good. So that is the left and right eclipse. Overall, in terms of upgrades, they are wonderful. Definitely get the Mosua Stadium if you can afford it. Got it off of Amazon, the sets, for the holidays, and let me tell you, it was worth the wait, as these were released just a year ago. These Beyblades came out, but they're still really, really good Beyblades, and they look really good on pretty much any combo you put them on. So, my only complaint is that the teeth, although are, pretty okay, I guess, they're not amazing, as you can see right there. I don't know if you can see that, but as you can see the teeth. Let's see. Can you see it? Let's see if the camera will focus. Nope, camera doesn't want to focus. The teeth are not really good on these Beyblades. So, because they only have 3 standard size teeth, so they do burst pretty frequently on other combos, but thankfully the Mugen drivers have a nice strong spring to them, so that way they will click a lot more effective. It'll be a lot more effective. Plus, they're the motorized stadium, so they can, they'll spin forever, and especially with left Apollo, since he spins left, he can absorb the attack of right spin base, thus decreasing his burst capability even more. So that really, really helps. And last but not least, we'll take a look at our last Beyblade of the day. This is Dead Hades, also known as Dread Hades in the English version. Dead Hades is based off of, Hades, the Greek god of the underworld and of, that's pretty much it. The Greek god of the underworld. That's all that needs to be said. Don't want to get too deep into that because it's pretty self-explanatory. So, as you can see for the Hasbro version, it's vastly different from the cartoony version, so I'll quickly list off the differences. Difference 1 being that this center part right here would actually be a huge metal plate of metal underneath this face here. So, which would make it have much more stronger centralized weight, thus making it a lot more powerful than this version. Not to say this one isn't powerful, it really adds that extra oomph to its attacks. So, and also this part right here, which is painted, would also be metal, just like the sides right here, on the layer. So, and also these parts would also have a sticker to them. So, and also this part would have a whole bunch of stickers on it too. So, that's another huge difference. Now taking a look at the pieces we have the 11 disc, which we've seen on Z Achilles and other Beyblades as well, like Crash Ragnarok and stuff like that. But the main highlight of this Beyblade, in terms of new parts, not only besides the layer, is this frame right here. This is called Turn. Turn was one of the first ever frames in the Beyblade Burst system to be reversible. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, that means that you can place it on 2 different ways for 2 different types of battle modes. So you have this mode right here, which when you snap it in, this is it in its attack mode. So these spikes will spin like a buzzsaw, thus digging into the opponent's layer, doing extra damage. Excuse me. So basically, that's what this mode does. But then you can take it off of the disc and flip it over, revealing 2 other tabs underneath, which lock on like so. Now this is it in its defense mode. Now instead of spinning like a buzzsaw, now it more or less spins like a set of shields that attempt to take the opponent's hits and try to smash them and try to smash its way, to try to parry the attacks, sort of take the hit and then just kind of tank through it, kind of thing. So pick your poison, I guess, for this one. So there you go. And lastly, we have the driver, which has changed for obvious reasons here. This is Zephyr. This is the regular Zephyr. On the Japanese version, it comes with Zephyr Dash. Zephyr Dash is basically this driver, except it has a golden spring on the inside, and it would have a deep red cap, which you may have seen on my Zwei Longness review. Shoot, dropped it. Whoopsie. So, basically, The reason why they took away the dash driver is because if the Hasbro version had it, the plastic insert that keeps the Beyblade, the internal locking system, would pretty much get stripped in no time. And also, it kind of be overpowered if they had it. But at least they kept it purple like the Japanese version, except the Japanese version it's way clearer, looks almost like a crystal kind of thing. Just like it would look like a color similar. It'd be in a color similar to the turn frame here. So, yeah. So that is Dead Hades. Pretty cool. So there is that. So, alright guys, and with that, we are going to end today's video there. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe with your notifications on for the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Larry Squad, and have a good rest of your day.